Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
The Israeli military stated on March 13th that they plan to direct a significant portion of the Palestinians that have been displaced towards Rafah toward what they call humanitarian islands. The lives of those in Rafah has been an area of concern for Israel's allies, including the U.S., not only due to the fact that 1.4 million Palestinians have been displaced there, but also due to the fact that an offensive in the densely crowded region could result in a catastrophe. According to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, an offensive in Rafah is crucial to their goal of dismantling Hamas. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, who is a chief military spokesman for Israel's military, spoke on the matter, stating that, "We need to make sure that 1.4 million people, or at least a significant amount of the 1.4 million, will move to humanitarian islands that we will create with the international community." According to Hagari, the islands provide temporary housing, food, water, and other necessities to evacuated Palestinians. While the U.S. and other countries have been helping to alleviate the humanitarian crisis by airdropping food into northern Gaza, aid groups have stated that airdrops are far less efficient and effective than simply bringing in food via delivery trucks. However, it was not specified when the evacuation would occur, nor when the offensive on Rafah would begin. According to Hagari, this is due to Israel wanting to time the operation right and coordinate it with Egypt, as Rafah is a town that borders alongside Egypt. The U.S. is also yet to receive any sort of plans for the civilians in Rafah, according to Secretary of State Antony Blinken. He went on to state that, "We need to see a plan that will get civilians out of harm's way if there's a military operation in Rafah. We've not yet seen such a plan." According to the Gaza Health Ministry, over 31,000 Palestinians have been killed in the Gaza Strip, as well as the vast majority of the 2.3 million people who live there being displaced. While the ministry does not differentiate between civilian and combatant deaths in their counts, they did state that 2/3 of these deaths are of women and children. In addition to Palestinians being killed, the UNRWA has a death toll of 165 of its workers being killed over the course of the war. The number rose on Wednesday this week when an Israeli airstrike hit a food distribution site in southern Gaza that was run by the UNRWA. The strike resulted in the death of one worker and left 22 others wounded.